Hi, everyone. I am Mary Kate Luke. I'm the marketing specialist here at Hasmark Publishing International, and I am joined today by one of our lovely authors. This is Janet-Lynn Morrison. She is joining us as part of a wonderful new series that we're going to be sort of showcasing here. It's called Life After Release, and it is going to hopefully be a space of some videos that aspiring authors, anyone who's a writer, or anyone who's hoping to be published or already published can go through these videos and see these wonderful interviews with our past authors to see the hurdles that they've faced and overcome and the successes at the end of launching a wonderful book and seeing what you've created and having all the things that come with that. So with that, I'd love to introduce Janet-Lynn Morrison. And how are you doing today, Janet-Lynn?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. If it's summer, I'm doing wonderful. So I just love it. How about yourself?
Yes, me too. I agree with that sentiment. I thrive in the summertime. So absolutely. I was hoping you could start by telling us maybe a little bit about yourself and about your wonderful story that you've created and shared with the world.
Sure. So I'm 51 and I have loved words, and I've been having a love affair with books since I could read, since I was very small. And I was a very shy girl when I was younger. And so I created this dream world every time I picked up a book. So I quite enjoyed that. And I remember even at a very young age writing little stories and drawing little pictures to go along with them. And I just remember more than ever, no matter what I was doing, I always had a book with me. So even if the TV was on, or if we went in the car or went to visit anyone, I always had to have, at least one book. And it's still like that today. I've got books that surround me, and so I love that. In addition to that, I'm a pianist, business owner. I'm a mother, and I'm just someone who's really enjoying living life and, going for it, whatever it is. I really believe that all of us can do anything as long as we decide to do it and then go after it and believe in ourselves. So that's what I'm all about.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I totally agree because I'm that girl who it's like keys, phone, I have to have a book with me everywhere I go. So I totally agree with that.
Mm.
And your book, it's called Forever is Today. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about what the inspiration was behind the story.
Yeah. Well, there's a picture of a girl on the front of the book, and she happens to be one of my daughters. And it's all about how, like, so many of us believe that life is just going to keep going. And of course, we have an understanding that it isn't, and that it is going to end one day, or something's going to happen. We don't really know what. But forever is today is just a concept of life, really. And forever is today. So today, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after. And this could be my last hour. Who knows? And it's just more of a fatalistic way of receiving life. And when you're thinking about life like that in those terms, it really changes how you live your day, rather than thinking I'm going to do it tomorrow or the next day or next week, or I'll write that book someday. Someday often doesn't come. So I'm really stuck on the idea of forever is today. And the book is about a girl that has a very interesting situation in her life, and she's not sure about her future. Nor are her loved ones. And so it's all about, is she going to let her circumstances in life become an excuse to not living life and jumping in with both feet? And so it's a really beautiful story about how she deals with her situation, and how she motivates and inspires the people in her circle of family and friends. So it's a beautiful love story.
That's so wonderful and poignant. And I think that, in more ways than one, lots of people can relate to this kind of story, even if they don't go through necessarily the exact same thing. Like you said, living for the moment, it's so important.
Mm.
Now, in total, how long would you say the process took from conception to your book being released?
Yeah, I did write it during COVID, but that really doesn't mean anything. I'm the kind of person, which all of us can, again, make a decision to be this kind of person. I decide something and then I go after it. So I had been wanting to write a book for a long time, and I knew that I wanted it to be a love story because who doesn't love love, right?
Mhm.
And so I decided to start it, and I thought I'm going to work on this every day, for this amount of time, and I'm not going to stop until I'm done. And as it started to become, one chapter into the next chapter, and the story was taking on a life of its own, I took a look at the calendar and thought, you know what? If I continue doing this much work every single day and I never stop, then it should probably only take me this amount of time. And so I wrote the entire book in 6 weeks. So
Wow,
that was what I did.
that's incredible. Now, what were some of the biggest barriers that you faced or struggles that you had, and how did you overcome any of those situations?
Um, the usual struggles I think that come to people is, who do I think I am? I'm not an author. I didn't go to university and major in English or anything like that. So I think that in the back of my mind there was this gnawing, thought of who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? But I tend to be a little bit more feisty than the average woman, and so I like to push back, and fight with that little voice. I've got the little devil on my shoulder and the little angel, and they go at it sometimes. And that was probably the biggest thing. I didn't really know exactly where the book was going to go, but I find that that is really fun, and I have a really great imagination, probably from all of my book reading, and I'm a movie buff, and again, I just really like to take in life, and I'm always listening to people, meeting people, and looking around at nature and the world that I'm in. And so there's so many ideas. And if you believe in yourself, and you allow your voice to, continue to bring you ideas and solutions to problems, and you continue to draw on your own life, and the important things that have happened to you, there's really always some stuff that you can borrow from. And again, it's just about believing in yourself. And if you take one step, you open one door and you get into one situation, then it's like, okay, well, where am I next? So I didn't have the same barriers that some people have talked about, because I knew right from the get-go that I was going to achieve um, the end result, which was writing this book. And also having people that believe in you is great, but that can also be a big deterrent. And so I've learned in my life that when I'm doing something special, like writing a book, and I'm wanting to achieve something that might be a little bit out of the ordinary, to keep it like a private little quest,
Mhm.
so I can, not listen to the voices around me. I've had other projects that I've done, where sometimes those little voices can get into your head and gnaw at your soul. And I didn't want to let that happen. So, all in all, this project was just sort of a beautiful thing from beginning to end. And I didn't really have too many challenges. So, it's
That's
great.
wonderful. That was a great experience for you. This is sort of goes
Mm.
hand in hand with that question, but did you have any sort of like aha moment or anything that was sort of a big success before you got to the completion of the book that kind of took you to the finish line?
I would say so. I have three daughters, and my eldest daughter, her name's Cassidy. She was my creative editor. And it was just so much fun because she's a lot like me, and she loves to read. And she's a romantic at heart. And so she would ask from time to time, like, Mom, where is this going? Like, you need to have an exciting twist. And so the whole time that I wrote it, I did write it as though I was watching a movie. And so, I knew that things were building, and it took some time for me to figure out, you know, what my twist could be and how I could make it all fit. And I'll never forget, I was walking. I was just, I find that I get very creative when I'm exercising, and walking is great, especially in nature, great way to have ideas and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept imagining the story and just kept pressing. I feel like I was like really working my brain, and I just kept thinking of different situations that could happen. And then all of a sudden it came to me, and I remembered running home, sprinting home. And my daughter was living in Vancouver at the time, and I couldn't wait to call her and see what she thought. And when I told her, she was just like so excited. So yeah, that's how I found my twist and my aha moment. And then once I figured that out, the rest of the project, I just couldn't wait to finish it, because I just wanted to read it from beginning to end and just experience it. So it was really fun.
That's awesome. I love that story. Now, your book, it did become a bestseller, which is so wonderful. I'd love if you could just speak a little bit about what that means to you, and if you remember sort of that first moment when you heard the news about that happening.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I didn't know what to expect. And it wasn't only a bestseller, but it was an international bestseller, which was even more exciting. And it was a silent moment of celebration. I mean, how do we celebrate something like that, really? I think I jumped up and down and just felt giddy. But what it meant for me, though, was that like I didn't know what was going to happen with the book, and I didn't know how to share it with others. But I knew that it was a beautiful story, and I knew that it was impacting the people in my life, even people that I didn't know were going to be in my life. Like the lovely people at Hasmark, some of the people that worked there or are working there currently, and some of their friends and family members read the book. And just the reactions that I got, that was my favorite thing, and still is today. It's the reactions and the look in their eyes when they realized what was happening in the story, and once they finished it, and just the feeling. I love to ignite feeling in people, because it's just a lot of people aren't feeling. We kind of go along, and life just kind of is consistent and just very all even keeled, and it's just so exciting when you can bring emotion to someone. So when I found out, it was just like this feeling like, wow, I really set out to do this, and I did it. And this wonderful publishing company, Hasmark, was right there with me. And I don't have a very big family, so it was just so meaningful to have them on my side, and to have them not only rooting for me, but celebrating with me. And I received phone calls and emails, and they were just as excited as I was. So that was really great. And knowing that it's in other countries, and that this book is something that someone in China purchased, or in Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and that means that there's people that I could never reach, just by living here in Canada. So that really excited me, and it really opened the doors, flung open in my imagination, when I thought, wow, what else could I do with this book? And so it really inspired me to think about, what the next step could be, which was really exciting.
That's so beautiful. And I think it just is a sentiment to the fact that books can bring people together, and just the power of words can touch people in so many different ways. And it's so phenomenal. Now, you did
Yeah,
sort of touch on
well
it a
said.
little bit. But have you sort of shared any successes that have come from the book? Anything that beyond your bestseller, international bestseller status, have you celebrated anything past that? Obviously, bringing people together is beautiful.
Yeah. I think the celebration, there's so many ways to celebrate. And the book is something that I'm definitely going to make a program out of, which is exciting. I really yearn to, in the next phase of my life, to move into the speaking space and using that book to, share the stories. My daughter, as I mentioned, is on the front cover, and she has a rare autoimmune liver disease, and so I was able to bring this book in front of different organizations and charities that became very interested as well, and we're sharing the book. And there's been some interviews that I've done for the Liver Foundation, Canadian Liver Foundation, and that was really exciting. And the nice thing about a book is that even though the book was published over a year ago, it doesn't matter, because anytime that I want, I can I can bring it in front of a new audience in a different way. I think that that is a huge success. I think that I've thought about perhaps maybe expanding on this book and maybe doing a sequel. Also, it's gotten into the hands of a wonderful New York Times bestseller that has some connections in the film space. And, it had been spoken into my ear. A little birdie said that it could be shopped in Hollywood at some point. And, that was exciting too, because that wasn't something that I had really thought about. And so I think that the sky is the limit. And again, having a great bunch of people with you and nurturing your ideas and nurturing you as a friend, as a colleague, and as part of a family is really wonderful. Because when you have people to celebrate your wins and someone in your corner, I think that we can all do just about anything.
Definitely. Yeah, I love that. You sort of touched on it briefly, but is there any thought in your mind of writing anything to extend the story, or any thoughts on any new projects that you would maybe like to give us some insight into?
I am thinking about something that might be able to come next, but I've sort of untethered my mind, and it's gone in a lot of different directions. I think that the world needs more love and more stories of passion and love. And I think that I might have a book ready in the next 6 to 8 months. So I have been working on something every day, just like the last project. And I think everyone loves a love triangle, don't you think, Mary Kate?
Yes, I believe so.
That's my little hint.
I like that.
I think that, yeah. So I'm really excited to see where it's going to go, because I'm not quite sure what the big outcome is going to be. And that's the most exciting part about being a writer for myself, is not really knowing and allowing the story to take on a life of its own. It's really the most exciting thing you can ever do, is write a book. So I think everyone's got a book in them.
I love that. Now, our next question has to do with awards and successes. And as you can see, we do have a little special guest here. Judy has joined us. So I do want to say that we have another brief interruption from some more of the team here. But we have some special news that we would like to share with you. So I've let everyone in. And on the topic of awards, we would like to share that your book has actually won, or is a finalist for an award. I'm going to let Judy take over, because she is going to touch on it. But we wanted to bring the team in to share this wonderful news with you.
Wow, this is amazing. I got to get my glasses. Hi, everybody.
Hi, and thanks. Thanks for bringing me onto the call, and unfortunately I dropped in a couple minutes early, but I heard what was happening, and congratulations for doing the Life After Release series. It's you're actually going to be the debut author for us too, which is exciting. But
wow.
I've got something to share with you. So let me do this.
I'm so delighted.
Hold on. I realized I didn't do something, and Dave would have been, Judy, don't forget. Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. If it goes. Round and round around. The suspense is killing me.
It's killing me. No way.
Yahweh.
Are you kidding?
No,
Oh.
congratulations.
Wow. Oh my goodness, I'm shocked.
Actually,
My
it should,
goodness.
it'll say congratulations in a second. I'm not sure why it's.
Wow.
There it
Why,
goes.
thank Wow, I can hardly believe it.
There you go. Congratulations.
Wow.
There we go. Yay.
Oh, thank you so much for nominating me. I couldn't have done that without you.
I
Oh,
have your award.
wow.
I have your book.
Judy, thank
I
you
have
so much.
your seals, and I have
Wow.
a booklet that has your announcement in it. So congratulations.
Wow, thank you so much. I can hardly believe this. When I saw the questions, I thought, uh-oh, awards. Well, I'll just have to say, I'm hoping to keep going with this, and you never know. Wow, I have no words, really. Someone who has a lot of words has no words. So that's how surprised I am right now. I can hardly believe it. Wow. And Dave, it's so nice to see your face. I still remember how you reacted to my book. And
I loved your book so much.
oh, that's
Yeah.
really
So this is very well deserved for sure.
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah.
Thank you
It's
so much.
I've always said it's one of the best books I read. And when honestly, I got to tell you, the receipt of the award was kind of not all that exciting, because it literally came in an envelope to me. And I'm like, okay. And then it said, then I realized it said Janet-Lynn. I opened it, and then I'm like, because your book wasn't in it. The seal is in it, and this is in it, your award. And I'm like, okay. Then I looked at the cover and Janet-Lynn, oh my goodness, yes.
Wow. How long have you known about this? My goodness, you're good at
Good 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd like to say 10 minutes. I think I received it 2 weeks ago, but I had a consensus from the team about how to present it, and the hope was I could do it live. And it's just, I wasn't going to wait any longer, because I thought one of these moments when I'm texting her or answering her emails, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. And I'm like, this is what it's all about. Again, I've said it a couple of times, but belonging to a group of people, who believe in you. And I would never have nominated myself. And it just meant so much to me when you did. And I didn't really know what it meant at the time. And wow, now the outcome is here. And I just feel so blessed. And I'm so grateful for every one of you and everything that you're doing to help people transform their lives and bring ideas to books to inspire others. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
So welcome. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And it honestly is so well deserved. And not to diminish anything for anyone else, but we did nominate 5 or 6, I can't remember. Jen, it was at least 5 books, and yours was the only one to win the award, which is pretty cool.
And they were each in 2 categories, so technically 10. I mean,
Yeah, 10 submissions. So for you to come to have placed, I thought that's pretty incredible, because I think the Indie Book Awards probably receives thousands and thousands of nominations a year. So for you to have been a finalist, to me, just says everything about your book. And our goal is I took a bunch of pictures, as you saw, and I put a seal on one of your books. I ordered, that was part of the waiting, was because I wanted the actual seal on the book when we took the pictures. And I'm like, I don't even know. So anyways, you found the perfect place for it. So is my voice going?
So is there something that happens next? Like, as far as the finalists, is there like something that they do where they choose the finalist of the finalists?
Of course, I'll now share with you in the book, which you'll get, because I can now mail it to you. In the book, it does talk about where to go and how to see about it. It's got lots of ideas, and then it talks about the next submission, of course. And then there's a website where you go, and that's also where you're going to find your name listed. There's things you can also do as far as, I believe I could get Anne to, I have to check with her, but I would check and see if they're asking if we want to order more of these, that we want to order the certificate, if we want to order master files of so we can put the award on your book cover. So stuff like that. So there is a few things on the website that I'll be happy to share with you, but I couldn't share till now.
Wow, I wish I had dressed up for the occasion.
Well, I think once you do get the award, let me know. We'll be sharing it, of course, with your permission. And then, we'd love to get pictures as well. Once you do actually physically get it. So what I'll do is I'll get an envelope ready. I'll put your name on it, and I'll probably go to the post office Thursday, and then I'll put a tracker on it so we know when you'll receive it.
Great. Well, again, you've made my day, my month. So thank you so much.
We're so glad.
Yeah, congratulations again. We're so happy for you. It's very well deserved. Yeah. And trust us, we're going to be shouting it from the rooftop so that everybody is aware of it throughout all of our world. I want to get it. I haven't asked Mary Kate yet, but I'll get a newsletter out so that all of our authors, and then of course we'll be doing it. Sam's on the call, so we make sure that we post it social media. So, but we were keeping it really hush hush until you got it. So, and I haven't even told, I think I copied Peggy about the meeting invite, but she's got another call. But I even thought, I got to run over and tell her so she can share the news with Phil. So we'll do that as well.
All right.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Yay.
Well, thanks, team. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you all again someday very soon.
And thank you for chatting, Janet-Lynn. It was lovely to chat with you. I hope this was a good finale to the interview.
Okay. Oh, it was a great finale. Thank you. And I can't wait to see the video. It's going to be awesome. Don't forget to send it.
Yes, absolutely. We will.
Okay. Well, congratulations again, and enjoy your day. And if you can send me a quick email or message with your address so I can get this in the mail to you.
Okay. No problem. I'll do it right away. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care. Congrats.
Bye.
And go celebrate.
Yes.
I'm a 5.